7,000 luxury cars, worth over $5 billion. A collection so massive it doesn't even feel real. It feels like an entire city built from luxury, a $75 million private jet, flying across continents like a palace in the sky, a rare Ferrari worth tens of millions. One of the most expensive cars ever connected to a football superstar. And now the question begins, who actually lives at this level? This is the battle of the richest football figures in football history. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Prince Faiq Bolkiah. Three names, three different worlds of wealth. One question, who truly dominates the ultimate lifestyle? Let's start with the name that doesn't feel like football. It feels like royalty. Faiq Bolkiah. The royal football link, before contracts, before sponsorships, before fame. There was already unimaginable wealth, because Faiq Bolkiah comes from one of the richest royal families on earth. And when people hear the word rich, they think of mansions, private jets, supercars, but this is on another level entirely. Imagine opening gates to a collection of around 7,000 luxury cars, worth more than $5 billion. Not 7 cars, not 70, not 700, 7,000. A fleet so large it feels unreal. Rolls-Royce Phantoms, each worth around $450,000 and above. Rolls-Royce Ghosts, pure silence wrapped in luxury. Bentleys lined up like everyday sedans, yet each costing between $250,000 to $400,000. Lamborghinis screaming across the collection, some around $350,000, others pushing past $600,000. Ferraris in endless rows. Italian engineering masterpieces worth hundreds of thousands each, with rare editions crossing $1 million. Maybachs redefining comfort, over $200,000 per unit before custom upgrades. And then the rarest machines, collector vehicles worth millions, one-of-one editions that most people will never even see in real life. This isn't just a garage, it's a museum of wealth, a moving archive of luxury history. And then comes the palace, Istana Nurul Iman, the royal empire. The Istana Nurul Iman, the largest residential palace on earth, built at a cost estimated well above $1 billion, more than 2 million square feet of pure scale, nearly 1,800 rooms, banquet halls designed for thousands of guests, golden domes shining under the sun, endless corridors that feel like they never end. From the outside, it doesn't look like a house. It looks like a kingdom. Inside, gold-covered interiors, massive reception halls, private royal chambers, spaces so large they feel like airports, every corner designed to represent power, legacy, and dominance. This is not a mansion. This is a royal empire, built over generations, not earned in one lifetime, but inherited through centuries of wealth. And that's what makes this story different. Most people chase wealth. Here, wealth already existed before football ever started. This is not a story of becoming rich. This is a story of being born inside an empire of cars, an empire of palaces, an empire measured not in millions, but in billions. The royal family connected to Faiq Bolkiah is often associated with a fortune estimated at around $20 billion, a scale of wealth that most people cannot even comprehend. And if you think this is the peak,
what really helped with that was that my childhood, I grew up in England, and the main sport obviously was football. So I've been playing football from a very young age. So
think 7,000 luxury cars is unbelievable. If you think $1 billion palace is the top, you haven't seen anything yet, because the next man wasn't born into royalty. He built everything himself. One goal, one season, one contract at a time, and his empire changed football forever. Cristiano Ronaldo, the global empire of luxury. And once football stopped being just football, it became something bigger. A global empire built not only on goals, but on lifestyle, power, and precision. And at the center of it all is one man, Cristiano Ronaldo, a man whose success didn't just build wealth, it built a world. Not an ordinary world, a private universe. The real estate empire. Castles across the world. When you step into Ronaldo's life, you don't see houses, you see monuments. In Portugal, he owns a $42 million mega mansion in Quinta da Marinha, Cascais. And honestly, this is where it gets insane. From the outside, it looks like a glass fortress designed for royalty. But inside,
coming in, this is what I live. Let's go. Important.
It feels like a private luxury resort built for one man only. Indoor and outdoor pools flow like they were carved by architects who forgot the idea of limits. Marble floors reflect light like a 5-star hotel lobby. And then Jesus Christ. There's even an underground tunnel system connecting parts of the estate. Not for decoration, for privacy, movement, control. Then we move to Madeira, his home island, a 7-floor vertical estate where his mother lives. This isn't just a house, it's a vertical palace rising above the Atlantic Ocean. In Saudi Arabia, after joining Al Nasser in 2022, he didn't just move countries, he upgraded reality. At first, he lived in the Four Seasons Hotel, Kingdom Center, Riyadh, a skyscraper suite floating above the entire city. Glass walls everywhere, city lights below like a digital ocean. And later, he transitioned into a private villa built for complete elite privacy. In Dubai, he owns a $20 million mansion on Billionaire's Island in Jumeirah Bay. Ocean views, yacht access, ultra-exclusive neighbors, and in Spain, a $1.6 million villa in Marbella. Simple by comparison, but still pure luxury. Every property is different, but they all share one thing: control, privacy, perfection. The garage of power, over 40 luxury machines, and then you enter the garage. But calling it a garage is disrespectful. This is a showroom of dominance, over 40 luxury cars worth between $20 million to $40 million combined. And inside that collection are machines that don't feel real. The Bugatti 110, around 9 million, only 10 exist on Earth. You won't believe this, but it feels like a fighter jet designed for the road. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire, around $9.5 million, a one-of-one masterpiece, black, silent, aggressive, a car that shouldn't even exist in reality. The Bugatti Chiron, around $3.150 million, speed turned into silence. The McLaren Senna, around $1 million, pure race weapon energy. The Ferrari Monza SP1, SP2, multi-million-dollar exclusives, no windshield, no barrier, just air and adrenaline. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan, around $550,000, where silence becomes luxury. And the Brabus GV12, around $700,000. A G-Wagon rebuilt into pure brute power. And then it continues. Ferrari F12 TDF, $599 GTO, $600,000 plus. Lamborghini Aventador, $318,000. Bentley Continental GT and Flying Spur, Porsche 911 and Cayenne Series Aston Martin. Maserati. Each car is not just a machine, it's a personality, a statement, a warning.
Vicky, you have to call Bugatti if you want to keep it.
Sorry.
Watch collection. Time turned into jewelry. And when the focus moves to his wrist, everything slows down. Because in his world, time is not measured, it is displayed. The Jacob & Co. Astronomia, $1.5 to $1.8 million. A floating mechanical universe. Planets rotating under sapphire crystal. It looks like science fiction on the wrist. Diamond Rolex pieces, up to $300,000 to $500,000 plus. Fully iced out, shining like stadium lights.
Show me your left hand a minute.
Which one? You want to see this or this?
Well, I'm looking at both and thinking your left hand is probably worth more than I have in my life. I mean, this watch alone.
Frank Muller masterpieces, often 1 million plus custom builds. Curved designs, diamond dials, rare collector-only pieces. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, $80,000 to $200,000 plus. For most people, that's a dream watch. For him, it's just one option. A watch is not an accessory. It is a headline. The Private Sky. Movement without limits. When he travels, he doesn't fly like a passenger. He moves like an empire. A Gulfstream G650 private jet worth $70 to $75 million. Inside. Cream leather interiors. Private sleeping suite. Conference setup in the sky. Ultra-long-range travel across continents without stopping. This is not flying. This is living above geography. The empire that built it all. And behind all of this is a financial machine built over decades. Cristiano Ronaldo has a total fortune estimated between $1 billion and $1.4 billion, one of the richest athletes in history. His Al Nasser contract alone brings around $200 million per year. His Nike lifetime deal still generates around $18 million annually. And the CR7 empire, hotels, fashion, fragrances, gyms, investments, continues to expand globally. But here's the truth. None of this came from luck. It came from obsession, discipline, repetition, and a mindset that refused limits. Final reality. Every man, every jet, every car, every watch, every skyline, it all connects back to one name. Cristiano Ronaldo. A man who turned football into a billion-dollar empire. But just when you think this is the peak, it isn't. Because this is only one side of the story. One empire, one legend, one half of a battle that defines modern football wealth. And on the other side is another icon, another empire, another legend of silence, balance, and brilliance, Lionel Messi. And if you think Ronaldo's world is extreme, wait until you see Messi, the quiet king of luxury. But if Cristiano Ronaldo built his empire through power,
it's too hot here, so overeating the phone again, so sorry, but we carry on.
Lionel Messi built his through precision. Different style, different personality, same level of greatness. And behind that calm smile exists a fortune sitting between $850 million and $1 billion, one of the most elite fortunes ever created in football history. But here's the twist. Messi doesn't scream luxury. He whispers it. And that silence makes everything feel even more expensive. The real estate empire, a global collection of luxury. When Messi buys property, he doesn't just buy houses. He buys atmosphere. He buys silence. He buys locations the world dreams about. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, he owns a breathtaking waterfront mansion worth $10.75 million. But this is not just a house. Step inside, and you're greeted with floor-to-ceiling glass walls opening directly to the ocean. A private dock sits just outside. Yachts can literally park at your home. Inside, the design is pure modern luxury. Minimalist interiors, warm lighting, open living spaces that blend into the sea view. A swimming pool that feels like it disappears into the horizon. This is not just living. This is floating in luxury. Then we move to Regalia Tower in Sunny Isles Beach, purchased for around $7.3 million. And this is where things escalate. Because Messi didn't just buy an apartment, he bought an entire floor. No neighbors above, no neighbors below, just glass, sky, and ocean in every direction. Inside, marble flooring reflects natural sunlight. A private elevator opens directly into his living room. The bedrooms face endless Atlantic blue. This is privacy at billionaire level. Then comes Cipriani Residences in Miami. One unit valued at $7.5 million. A skyscraper designed for ultra-high net worth families. Inside, Italian-style interiors, 5-star hotel service, infinity pool terraces overlooking the skyline, and a lifestyle where everything is handled for you. Back to Spain. His Castelldefels villa near Barcelona, valued between $6 million and $8 million, is pure family luxury. Inside, a private football pitch where he trained even off the field. A large pool surrounded by palm trees. Warm, cozy interiors designed for family life, not attention. Mountain views behind the house, ocean views in front, a quiet fortress of peace. And Ibiza, a vacation villa worth around $11.2 million. White walls, glass architecture, sunsets melting into the Mediterranean Sea. The type of home where time stops completely. And in Argentina, La Fortaleza, valued between $5 million and $10 million. This is not just a mansion, it's a compound, built for family legacy, private training areas, multiple buildings, a future retirement base, a return to where everything started. Altogether, his real estate portfolio stretches to around $300 million. Boom. Not houses anymore. A global property empire. The garage of elegance. Millions on 4 wheels. Now we enter the garage, and this is where Messi's personality shows. Not loud, not excessive, but extremely rare. The crown piece, Pagani Zonda Tricolor, worth $2 million. This car doesn't look built, it looks sculpted. The carbon fiber body shines like art. Inside, the cockpit feels like a fighter jet. Every button feels engineered, not designed. Then the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, $250,000. Gull-wing doors rising like wings. When they open, it feels like the car is about to take flight. Inside, leather-wrapped precision, racing-inspired cockpit. A sound system that turns silence into music. Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale, $250,000. Italian luxury with racing DNA. Long hood, deep exhaust tone. Interior stitched like a designer suit. Audi R8 V10 and Audi RS6, over $300,000 combined. One is pure supercar energy. The other is power wrapped in practicality. Inside the RS6, luxury leather seats, digital cockpit displays. A cabin that feels like a private jet on wheels. Ferrari F430 Spider, around $300,000. Roof down, wind rushing, red interior glowing under sunlight, a machine built for freedom. And then the rumor, a 1957 Ferrari 335S Spider, Scaglietti, worth $36 million. Did Messi actually buy it? Nobody fully knows, but the fact people believed it shows the level of luxury his name is attached to. the watch collection, where time becomes art. Now the wrist, and this is where everything shifts, because this is where luxury becomes microscopic. The Richard Mille RM003 V2 tourbillon, worth $1.1 million to $1.2 million. And before we go further, wait. What you're about to see will blow up your mind. This is a rich watch moment. Jesus Christ, only 12 pieces exist worldwide. 12. Millions of fans know Messi, but only 12 people on Earth can wear this. Inside the watch, a floating tourbillon, skeleton mechanics visible like a living engine, titanium architecture built for performance and art. This is not a watch, it's mechanical madness. Then the Jacob & Co. Messi editions, priced between $40,000 and $600,000. Diamond set versions, sapphire crystal editions, titanium builds that reflect light like glass fire. Every piece literally carries Messi's identity. For most people, a watch tells time. For Messi, a watch tells legacy. The private sky travel without limits, and when Messi travels, the world disappears. No airports, no queues, no waiting. His Gulfstream 5 private jet, valued between $15 million and $45 million, is a flying palace. And this part is insane. His iconic number 10 is painted on the tail. The stairs carry the names of his wife Antonella and their children. Inside, soft leather reclining seats for 16 passengers. A private kitchen, 2 bathrooms, entertainment systems, beds that convert for long flights. It feels less like a jet and more like a moving mansion. The machine behind the empire. And behind all of this is a financial engine that never stops. Net worth, $850 million to $1 billion. But the real numbers tell a bigger story. Inter Miami deal, around $12 million base salary, over $20 million guaranteed compensation, revenue shares with Adidas, revenue shares with Apple, and future ownership possibilities. Off the field, around $70 million yearly from endorsements. Adidas, PepsiCo, Budweiser, MasterCard, and global partnerships stacking endlessly. Businesses, MIM Hotels, Mass Plus Sports Drink, 525 Rosario Production Company, global investments, real estate expansion, an empire still growing. The final reality, 8 Ballon d'Or awards, a World Cup, more than $1.6 billion generated throughout his career, luxury properties across continents, millions invested into businesses, millions spent on cars, millions worn on his wrist. A private jet waiting whenever he wants to leave the ground, and a fortune approaching $1 billion. Lionel Messi didn't just become a football legend, he became a global empire. Boom. But now, after everything you've seen in this battle, the mansions, the supercars, the private jets, the luxury watches, the business empires, the billions, only one question remains. Who truly built the greatest luxury lifestyle? Was it Cristiano Ronaldo, the king of power, discipline, and global influence? Was it Lionel Messi, the silent king who turned talent into $1 billion empire? Or was it Prince Faiq Bolkiah, a prince born into one of the richest royal families on earth, surrounded by wealth most people cannot even imagine? 3 legends, 3 different journeys, 3 extraordinary lifestyles, but only one can be your winner. So tell me, who takes the crown? If your winner is Lionel Messi, type Messi. If your winner is Cristiano Ronaldo, type Ronaldo. If your winner is Prince Faiq Bolkiah from Brunei, type Brunei. And if you could switch lives with only one of them for 24 hours, who would you choose? Messi, Ronaldo, or Brunei's Prince Faiq Bolkiah? Drop your answer in the comments. Because after seeing all this luxury, this isn't just a football debate anymore. It's a battle of empires, and only one legend can sit on the throne.